Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, playing Age of Wonders Planetfall. So actually I had intended when I started to load up and load into the game to run this on a few turns, but actually I ran it on one turn, saw kind of things that happened and I decided not to. So I'll take it from exactly where I left off. Before I do, one thing that I haven't shown in video yet, as far as I can remember, is I wanted to show you how to, it's quite simple actually, but how to remove a problem in one of your sectors. Say if you've got an environmental hazard, and here we have an essence gash, which causes -20 in energy. You can see you can remove it with energy and cosmite. You have to use one of your leader generals to go there, and all you do is you do that. They will go there, you click on the thing and it will say remove, and it does. It takes a turn. Usually it might take, some of them might take more than one, but I've never come across one that did yet, and that will remove it. It's a thing to do as long as you can afford it, basically. If you've got the energy and the cosmite and there's not much else going on, you can do it. I would suggest, like with most things in this game, to do it when it's early on, because later on when you've got conflicts going on and you're using your energy and your resources to make armies and fight, you won't want to be using cosmite and energy to do that. So I would suggest, if you're going to do it in a kind of early to mid-term part of the game. So that's that which I wanted to show, and now I will progress to the next turn, and you can see why I decided to not skip a few turns. I mean, none of the things that happened during these turns were overridingly amazing, but there's just things that happened that I'd have to talk through anyway. So one of the things that happened is, you can see there on the right, and it says claimed sector was claimed by Celia, who until this point we thought was our friend, but apparently not. So this is what we did somewhere else in the last couple of turns in the last video. We claimed a sector claimed by somebody else, now they've claimed one claimed by us. It gives you the chance to declare war on people, and it will alter your friendship with them. But as the game goes on, it's impossible not to end up with people claiming sectors you've claimed, and vice versa, because there'll be a point where you can see they're obviously there and we are here, so we're very close. So the only way to expand for either of us is to claim sectors that someone else has claimed. The same with these over here. They're there, we're here. Last time, which was one they claimed, but it's going to get impossible to not do that. So it's a thing to note, and let's just see what is changed. It's not changed their opinion of us because they claimed our sector, so it's just given us more reason to not like them. But it's a thing to note in the diplomacy screen. If you're onto a kind of dislike thing with somebody, it can tip them over the edge into a war. But like I said, you're going to have to do it. There's not going to be choices. And the more the game goes on, the more that's going to happen. We've also got a Spacers faction demand. These people are very, very demanding, aren't they? So they want 121 in energy, or they'll be upset. You kind of, like I said previously, you kind of feel annoyed, because basically it's almost like blackmail. They're just saying, we want this, we want that. They're not doing anything for us, but they just want this stuff, or they're going to not like us and maybe cause problems and declare war. So you kind of feel annoyed, kind of like, no, I'm not giving it to them. But then the greater picture is sometimes to play along. Don't really want to give them that, but we've already got that quest we agreed to, killing the Marauder faction army, which is a big army. So if we take a quest from them, it might mean another fight, and we haven't really got any spare armies, so we'll give them the energy. I don't really want to, but Paragon faction has a demand, of course they do, and they want energy too, and we're just going to decline them because it's just annoying, and I don't want to do a quest for them so they can just cry about it if they want. And like I said, that's part of the reason early on in the game to do as many quests and give as much to the NPC faction as you can, because as it goes on they'll want more and more, and the amount they want will be more and more, and the amount you'll need for what you're doing will be more, and you'll have more armies tied up, so you won't want to. So if you build up good favour with them early by doing things and giving them things, it will take longer for them to start a war with you. And like I said, at some point it may be in your interest to start a war. Again, that's another thing to consider in this kind of mid-game period where we're not at war with an AI faction, we're not necessarily close to one. Maybe it'd be good to start a war. We could, you know, kill off some of these and take over their areas and their bases, but at the moment we need to kill that because we've already agreed to kill that. So we also did a research, which was that, whatever, social reconstruction, espionage. Sounds good. It's not as amazing as it might sound. I don't think I've ever actually used that. You can tap research from other factions and do an energy siphon, but tapping research, yeah, maybe. But at this stage of the game, they've probably not got better research than us, so might be good. I'm not saying it isn't, but I've never found that to be an amazingly useful thing, so we'll just do that one. So he said, let's see what we were going to do. Okay, so with this, we're going to become seaborn and go and do that. We might claim that as well. I don't know what's that. It's not much, but we might claim it. And we've got, as you can see, we've got influence to spare. In fact, we can't make any more, so it would be good for us to kind of use some. We are here making. We've got a full army there, so we're going to start heading up there because at some point in not that long, in 6 turns, we've got to fight that, which is going to take 2 of our armies. We'll move that one over there to prepare. Is there anything we can do? Like I said, at this stage, it's good to keep building up your forces, because number one, you'll lose bits of your armies whenever you do, and you want to replenish them with units. And secondly, you will need non-leader based armies when you get into the main, because they'll have many, so there's no harm in making units when you have spare time. Cosmite growth chamber sounds wonderful. We'll definitely do that. We're making a unit there. I think that's about all we're doing. Let's just check. You can scroll through using R1 if you don't remember where all your units are, which I often don't. And in context of the games I played, in this game I've got the least amount of colonies and units that I think I've had in any of my playthroughs, so there's not that much to scroll through. But I've had one when I've had 7 or 8, 9 armies, including small units, much more than that actually, little odd units in some of these bases, and I've had about 7 or 8 colonies, so this is quite small. Okay, that's probably all for this turn. And like I said, I'm very curious for something else to happen regarding the Revelations DLC. I played through this quite a few times before I acquired that, and the only so far is that anomalous sight thing. So we'll just go and take this. Oh, they're still moving. Sometimes you think it's your turn, but they're still in the process of moving. So okay, now we're done. We'll go and check out that, which tells us where there's a red drone, which contains some data, which is possibly useful. As I said, the reasons to take these nothing sets, just coast. But the reason is because then you can make bases around your territory, which means if someone's attacking, they have to kind of go through the bases. They won't leave the bases behind. That'd be bad for them. So we will use these, and like I said, it only takes influence, and we've got abundance of that. So there's no harm in using it. We've also got, what's this? Okay, it's a spare unit. We will move towards this enemy. And in fact, we'll attack it this turn because we can do that. It says it's a low risk battle, so let's just see how that goes. Yeah, okay, as expected, we lost some units, but that was quite a powerful marauder, so that's not really a surprise. Okay, we'll accept that. We get some influence, which we didn't really need. We'll get some energy, which we never say no to. So that's good. And that unit that we made earlier, who lost a unit, can go and link up with them. Which is why it's always good. I mean, like I said, it's good at some point to have singular armies that aren't with leaders, and you can put, if you've got bases that are near the edge of your territory, you might want to put some armies in them as well. But also it's good to have spare units already made, so you can just fill up any spaces where your units got killed. So we're still making a thing there. They're done. They're making something, which is a unit. And we've done that there, so that's completed that hazard removal. That's done and over. At some point we'd like to fight with them because we could take over some of these NPC faction areas, but let's just see what the strength of that was. We could do it, but then, like I said, they have lots of little armies everywhere, so we'll bide our time. But everything in this game is a kind of deciding when to do something. I think it's very much a game of picking moments, and that doesn't mean there's a good moment or a bad moment, but the moment you decide to fight with an NPC faction, the moment you decide to not do one of their quests to cause a war, the moment you decide to get into a conflict with an AI player faction, all these things are quite crucial to how your playthrough will end up. More so than in games like Total War, where I think in Total War, for example, there was a lot of time, if you did like have a war with one of the other factions, it was quite a lot of time to go away and rebuild, and maybe they wouldn't really fight you. But in this, I think once you start something, you kind of you're in it till the bitter end. So okay, so I think we've done everything in this. And if you've got a unit at C and you want to do anything else, I would suggest you do it at the same time. Okay, so there's some unpleasant looking thing there, I don't know what that is. So oh, that's not good. So they've captured our sector, which we're not very happy about actually, because okay. Well, there's not much we can do about it. I mean, as I said, they're going to keep claiming sectors in areas where we've claimed things. That is on their kind of coast, so it's understandable. They would have claimed it, but okay. We received a proposal from Celia. Let's see what she wants. Defensive pact. Okay. Thinking on that. Okay, we'll say yes. Normally I wouldn't necessarily, we're on very good terms with her and not very good terms with the others. So for the moment we'll go with it. I don't know what that is, but it looks unfriendly. I think we'll just attack that. Like I said, while you're at sea on your raft, you might as well, somebody died in ours, you might as well do all the things you want. So that was okay, kind of. In a sense it wasn't really worth it because we didn't really get anything for it and we lost a unit. I suppose we gained some XP, but like I said, in this game I'm not sure if XP is really that amazing. But anyway, we did it and it's done. We can build something here. And we're getting to that point now where war's not that far off. So advanced military infrastructure, yes, because that colony is pretty close to the enemies, or what will become an enemy. So we'll definitely do that. So we've made peace, or yeah, we've got a defensive pact with Celia, who's over here. So at least at the moment, and we can always check it on our diplomacy, they're very, because we've got a defensive pact, so they're 500 in favour of us. So we can reasonably expect that any threat won't come from that side of the map at the moment, and that's good. The only reason I don't like defensive packs, I know I mentioned that I wouldn't normally do it, is because what I don't like about that is then what I used to find happened in other games, like Stellaris or Total War, is that you didn't actually need them for defensive pack, but someone would attack them and then you'll end up pulled into a battle somewhere really far away where they'll ask you to send forces and it's even hard to get to. So that's why I don't really like doing that, but that's just me. Okay, so I'm gonna stick with the idea that we're pretty safe over there, so we need to keep our defences up over here. Because that's probably where the threat's going to come from. We're making a non-general leader-based army here because we can. And I could make more colonies because normally I would do. Actually, normally what happens is you end up with kind of a couple of free colonies, because you end up making allies of one of those non-AI player affiliated colonies, and they all join you. But it hasn't happened in this game, and because of the layout of the map and the fact we haven't got a very big area that we've actually got control of, I don't really see the point to making another colony at the moment. I'm not saying it's not the right thing to do, but that's just kind of, I'm like, okay, where would we put it? We've got some there. I suppose we could put one over here somewhere, but it's not that much. I suppose down here maybe. But anyway, that's a fault that we've not really acted on. Okay, we'll keep moving on a bit. And I think I found in all the playthroughs I've done of this, it's very hard to tell exactly what moment everything is going to kick off, to use the term that fits. You can think you're sailing along quite pleasantly with everybody, and everything seems like it's going well, you're on reasonably good terms, and then suddenly somewhere someone will kick off, because once you start taking sectors other people have claimed, they'll have declare war on you. So it can suddenly happen and you'll never quite know, and it can turn very quickly from it seeming all is well to all not being well at all. So we're just gonna, because I'm at sea and we've got influence that we can't make anymore anyway, we're gonna just go around claiming some of these coastlines and making bases. That's all good. We've got dimensional control, that sounds nice. Okay, so we're on the next level of things. Destructive means that's got some units. Cluster shell sounds good. They all sound good. Void tactics sounds cool. But as I said in other videos, if there's a unit that comes with a research, I almost always go with that first, because if you get into a battle and there's loads of text that you can use that may all be useful or may not be, but a new unit or different unit's always going to be useful, so we will do that one. Okay. That ship will go and join them, because if I remember they're another unit short. Yep. And then we will make something else. And again, we've got Cosmite now, so it's worth starting to make... Actually, it's worth upgrading something else. Modding something else. So we've got that. So what we will do is we'll upgrade that to something else. Cloaking and plots just sounds so cool. Sorry, we'll do that one. And phase walk. That'll do for now. Template name disappear. Okay, that sounds good. What we've done is we didn't have enough Cosmite, so we've upgraded the ones we already had, and we can make a new one of that next time we get more Cosmite. So I'm in this game. This is just maybe my play style, or maybe it's just an opinion. I'm not sure, but I found that defensive mods are more beneficial than offensive ones, because there's always going to be something offensive you can do. You're going to have guns anyway, and you're going to have lasers and grenades, and you've got all the operation things you can do as well as offensive during a battle. But if your unit's dead, you can't do anything. So I've always go with, if I've got mods, the first thought is to put on defensive mod, maybe a couple, and then maybe the other one will be a offensive. So that's that. I've got these two units just standing about, but really there's not much else they can do because there's nowhere really they need to go. We might send one of them in this direction because, as I said, I feel that the threat's going to come from that side at the moment, and one of them will keep around here because we never know what might happen in this area, just with marauders, or someone might be, well, marauders maraud, didn't they? So they might be marauding around here. I suppose it's as good a place as any to maraud. Here we can cost for units and There's two options, and in all honesty I'm usually too lazy to go through all the statistics of these things. That's minus that, and that one gives plus that, and that one gives so. This one gives you, I'll just look at the basics, biggest letter ones. So this one gives you minus cost of units, and that one is buy now. I don't do buy now much, so I will do that. I do read text in games when there's like lots of text, so I'm not adverse to reading text, but like I said, in these management kind of things where it comes to statistics of that gives that, and that population wants that, and minus that, and plus this, I don't really, my brain's not in tune with that kind of thing actually. So okay, so we've done that. And it's always worth continuing to watch this, because you can not look at that and then you might not get a notification that they've suddenly got worse relations. You might, and you might not even notice it, but it's always worth keeping an eye on all the other factions, including the NPC ones, just to see kind of what they're at, and no one's at a kind of angry red face thing yet, so that's good. That will come. Okay, let's just move on. Actually, I kind of wish sometimes I had that kind of mind that would instantly kind of analyse those kind of statistical things, and I could think, okay, well, if you add one population there and they want 2 more food in that place and 1 more power in that, and I wish I could kind of analyse that in my head quickly and kind of get to grips with it, but my brain doesn't do that, or doesn't want to do that, let's just say that. Okay, so we've got I'm going to go over there. It says it's occupied, so I'm not sure if we're going to have a fight with that, or no, we can just, oh, there's what it's saying is there's a rift thing there, or a cosmite thing there that we could use, but it's not, that's occupied. So we can make a base, which we will, because we've got influence to spare. What a wonderful world when we've got influence to spare. Like I said, we're bringing that army, we'll bring them to there for the moment. I'm going to keep bolstering this non-leader army. Where's that thing we just, there's that one we just upgraded, and we'll make one of those things we just modded up now, which is all good. Okay, like I said, the only thing about this game, which is why I kind of wanted to forward it a few turns at the beginning, is it does take a long time per turn anyway, even when you're playing on your own, and when you're explaining it on a video it takes even longer. So I think we've got through 5 turns in this video, and we're now kind of at the end length for this video, so okay. We'll put our army in there. I don't think we're going to make any more units there because we're running low on Cosmite again. So I will end this video now. My throat's generally better, but I think we've done about the right amount of length. I will again intend to run this on a few turns next time because there's nothing wildly exciting happening. If I do run it on a turn, as with last time, or a couple of turns, and I see that something is happening, then I'll stop and make the video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.